Good morning again, grade 9s. We are now going to look at our second poem, and our second poem is entitled Man and Animal. It was written by Dr. Ram Sharma. So let us begin. Again, I will do the first reading with you, and then we'll talk about, or we'll analyze the poem together. So, Man and Animal. Animal hunts to quench his thirst and hunger. On the other hand, man hunts for amusement after driving away the hunger. Animal never runs in the materialistic race. One race never kills another, but man kills man. So when we read this poem, it looks like a very simple poem, but it's got a very powerful message. So the first thing I want us to look at when we analyze this poem is look at the structure. Just take a moment just to look at the structure of the poem, because the way the poem is structured also lends itself to the content and the message of the poem. So obviously the content of the poem would be about man and animals. I mean, it says it in the title, Man and Animal, not difficult. But the structure of the poem, the first thing that I'm hoping you're going to tell me is that there is no structure, because there isn't really a structure. Structure is about how the poet has written the poem in terms of a pattern. Can you pick up a pattern? So there is no pattern. There's one stanza. The lines are of different lengths. There's no regular rhythm. So we say that the rhythm of the poem is irregular. It doesn't even sound like a poem. The rhythm and the rhyme of a poem is what makes the poem sound like a poem. So this doesn't actually sound like a poem. The minute that happens, you know that then the rhythm is irregular. And there is no rhyme. Animal hunts, hunger, hand hunts. There is no rhyme. So when there's irregular rhythm and irregular rhyme, then we say that the poem is written in free verse. So you can write that down in your notes, that the poem is written in free verse. And it shows that there is irregular rhyme and rhythm. No regular structure. Now that ties in with what the poet is trying to tell us. He's talking about hunting and why animals hunt and why man hunts, and he's contrasting those two ideas. Now, when you hunt, there's no pattern to hunting. Every time you hunt, it will be a different experience, because you can't predict where the animals will be, or you can't predict if there will even be animals. And when you give the chase of the animal, will you actually catch the animal? There's no way to predict that. So hunting is unpredictable, and it ties in with the structure of the poem, which is irregular. There's no pattern. So there's no pattern to hunting, and there's no pattern to our poem. So that kind of links, which is important. Okay. So let us just have a look at what he's saying. The whole thing that we need to look at is the contrast, the figure of speech that runs throughout the whole poem is the contrast between animal and man. So they're both effectively doing the same thing. They're both hunting, okay? But is it really the same thing? So let us have a look. Animal hunts to quench his thirst and hunger. So when you hunt, and when the animal hunts, he's hunting for a purpose. There's a reason behind it. It's his survival. If he doesn't hunt, then he won't be able to eat. He won't live. So it's survival, basically, for the animal. There's no hatred. There's no malice. There's no ulterior motive. He needs to eat, and he goes and he catches whatever it is that he eats. So animal hunts to quench his thirst and hunger for a reason, for a purpose. On the other hand, there's the contrast coming in here. Man hunts for amusement after driving away the hunger. So man hunts for fun, amusement for fun, for entertainment, for enjoyment. An animal hunts for survival, a man hunts for fun. So there's the main contrast. After driving away the hunger. So man will first satisfy his hunger, and then he goes and he hunts for pleasure. He doesn't have to hunt. An animal has to hunt to live. A man doesn't have to hunt. So when a man hunts, it's about power. It's about success. It's about maybe hatred even for a particular animal. So it's about the difference between why an animal will hunt and why a man will hunt. Animal hunts, positive connotation on the word hunts, because it's about the survival of that animal. And a man hunts, there's a negative connotation of the word hunts, because it's for pleasure, for power, for freedom. So a man is deliberately, on purpose, hurting the animals. Animal never runs in the materialistic race. Animal never runs in the materialistic race. Materialistic, the power word there in that line is materialistic. Materialistic. Why would, or what is materialistic about a man hunting? Well, he gains food for biltong. Maybe he's going to sell the meat, so he gains a profit. Or maybe it's for a trophy. He's going to put the head of the animal up on his wall and brag about it with his friends. Or he's going to maybe take the skin of the animal and lay it as a mat, and it's going to be or forever a sign of his power. But man is going to gain from the hunt that he has, the race that he has, chasing after that animal, the race to see who's going to be more powerful, the man or the animal. That race, the man gains from that. That's why it's a materialistic race, whereas an animal never gains from that chase. When he chases to hunt, it's to get food. He's not becoming a more powerful lion or more powerful tiger. He's basically just surviving. So he doesn't take part in the race, in the chase of the hunt for a materialistic gain. One race never kills another, but man kills man. And those last two lines are extremely powerful. First thing I want to draw your attention to is the word kills. We talk about hunts, which is also killing, and we talk about kills. So we could argue that those are synonyms, but in our poem they definitely are not. Hunts is positive. Again, we talk about the connotation of a word, what the word is implying. So hunts, I am killing, but I'm killing to eat, or I'm killing to put the head of the bear on my wall. But to kill is negative. When you kill somebody, it's for no reason. You go and you stab somebody or you shoot somebody. So you're killing. There's nothing to gain from the kill of something. But when you hunt, then there's something to gain. So it's about the connotation of the word. So man kills man. There's that last line there, it's full of hatred. Man will kill another man for their cell phone. A man will kill another man out of hatred because of something that man has done. But animals don't do that. Look at the line above. One race never kills another. Animals don't just kill. They hunt. They will hunt for a reason, but they won't just go out there and kill. If they don't have to harm another animal, they won't do that. Look at the word race as well. In the third last line, animal never runs in the materialistic race. Race in that line means the chase of the hunt, the competition between the animals or the man and the animal when they hunt. But race in the second last line there means group. One group of animals never kills another. They won't just kill for the sake of killing. It will be for the hunt, for the survival of it. But, and here's the other contrast, but man kills man. So as a man, as a human will kill another human just because. Whereas animals don't do that. So the poet is highlighting the differences between an animal and a man. And basically he's saying, this is where the figurative meaning comes in. A man is malicious. Human beings are cruel. Human beings are about what they can gain, what they can get out of the situation, even if it means hurting someone else. Whereas animals, they don't harm just for the sake of harming. If they harm another animal, it's for survival. And so there isn't malice attached to that. And it's not about what they gain, because it's about their basic survival. So again, our poem is simple, and the message is powerful. And again, the message is about how man is cruel and how man oppresses people, because man perceives himself as being more powerful. And perhaps the poet is reminding us that we don't really need to be that way. Okay, there again, grade 9s, there are some questions. In this case, in this one, there's only 5, so really not difficult. Again, read the poem by yourself. Jot down any questions that you might have to ask your teacher when you get back to school. And then, answer the questions in your books, please. Try as much as you can to use the PE system. Answer the question, explain what you mean, and provide evidence from the poem if you can. And we will mark this together when we get back to school. Have a good day. Goodbye.